To each and every one of these people right there, you will see this little Control Plus button, and you can see them all in there. Hit this follow button and follow.
All right. Hey, welcome back. My name is Rodrigo. Welcome back to twitch.tv/elpikachon. Like I said, I'm Rodrigo. This is my sidekick, Smokey the Smoke Detector. And we are playing Pokemon Shield with only poison types. And we're pretty far along. We're about ready to finish up the game. That's right, Horsepawn Mine. It is Petunia time. We are. I wonder if I can leave here. Yep. I wanted to check if I have any quick balls, cause like that would be kind of rad if I was able to like just catch Zamazenta immediately. I do not remember at all how the legendary dog fight goes, so I don't have a quick ball. That's okay. Like, do I have enough balls to like? I think I need to go. Yeah, definitely need to go buy some balls. Yep, legendary dog fight. It's like, oh, like with airplanes? No, no, no. I mean, I'm fighting a legendary dog. All right, give me a bunch of Ultra Balls, old man. I don't spend my money on pretty much anything, so hopefully 20 Ultra Balls will get us there. And let's buy some Hyper Potions just in case. There you go. That should do it. Where's the torturing dog's foot when you need it? You have to. I think you have to do the number one. But also it might time you out for a little bit. All right, here we go. The nice thing about Zamazenta is that it's I want to say it's a steel fighting type instead of steel and fairy. So it only has one of the best types in the game. It doesn't actually have the two best types in the game. So it might be a little bit easier to deal with. Avoid all these little baby Pokemon because I'm pretty sure these guys haven't leveled up. They're still like level 1. Yep. It's like I almost don't even want to spend my points on this, but it's fine. One poison jab is not going to do anything. Boop, boop, boop. The next area is where the big boys come in. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, that's right. There's like, I want to say there's like random like Galarian Weezings and stuff in the next set of patches. Look at Petunia. She's come so far. Not travel wise. She's literally right next to her home right now, but I meant as a character she's come so far. Yep. See, I remember that. Leave me alone, Galarian Weezing. Oh, it's there's like a which one's the way that I'm not supposed to go? Because I want to go that what? Another fork? It's too many forks. Ooh, a Misty Seed. I don't like one-use items. They make me sad when I use them. But no, leave me alone, biggie boys. That's like the issue with like exploration in games is like I want to know which way I'm supposed to be going so I can go the other way and find the things it wants me to find. All right, hopefully I'm not leaving too many paths unexplored. What was that? Ooh, a smoke ball. Oh, it's a Stunfisk. There's Hop. Hang on, Hop. I gotta check some. Okay. Skippy says Petunia had a real glow up since the Beehive. Yep, yep. She's definitely switched up her look a lot. Lagnus says, will Petunia make an appearance in the next game? I'll miss the sassy, stylish little thing. I don't know how Scarlet and Violet play, so I can't make any guarantees, right? I might like play them for a little bit and then like hate them and be like, no, I don't want to make any more Scarlet and Violet content. Or I might be into them and then, you know, maybe probably what we'll get is somebody related to Petunia. The the lore is that Petunia is related to my other character, um, whose name I don't remember right now. Oh, Ringo Lopez. So that's where she got all of her starting Pokemon is from her uncle Ringo Lopez. So presumably, if we do make a Scarlet and Violet thing, then like maybe she like whoever comes there will be related to Petunia. So we'll see. Harvester says, "Howdy, Rodrigo and company. Happy Wednesday and beyond." Yeah, it's good times. We're not torturing dogs here. That changes today. We're going to beat the snot out of these dogs. Skippy says, what's the next big series once the Poison Run is done? FGC, more Pokemon, a JRPG to play for 5 years. Um, Likeness says, I hope she can be on Petunia. Yeah, probably. The next thing, I think for a little while, I'm going to see if people are into doing some community raids. Like, we'll just do some Sword and Shield raids for a little bit. And then after that, I'm looking at maybe the new WWE game, which is pretty weird. So I'm hoping to eventually make a full roster of wrestlers for it, like a full roster of made up wrestlers, so that I never have to fight a real live wrestler ever, right? So that it's all just like weirdos that I came up with. So right now I'm looking at maybe that after we're done with Pokemon stuff. Um, but that's not necessarily like that's not 100% set in stone. So we'll see where we go from here. Um, Skippy says Tia Petunia when we're in Poke Spain. Yep. Is there a story behind Ringo's name? So the story behind Ringo is that I decided. So usually I come up with a naming convention for my Pokemon games. It's different for this one. They all just kind of have kind of random names. Um, but I come up with a naming convention so that I can name every Pokemon I catch easily. So the naming convention was British stuff, because Galar is supposed to be Britain. So if you saw some of my tweets from when I was playing that, a few years ago when the game came out, I had characters like named like O'Raven and like MacBelly and stuff like that for like my Greedent and just stuff like that, right? Just using like British prefixes and suffixes. I know like and also like Irish and whatever um, to just kind of make character names that that were like funny. Skippy says, "Oh man, I'd love to get a special guest, Mighty King Cobra." Yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty sure Matthew is not going to upgrade to WWE 2K22, which is what I have now on the computer. So we'll see if he ever makes an appearance. Howard says community raids should be fun. Yeah, we'll try them. We'll see if people are into them. Uh, Skippy says the closed captioning makes the ads easier to get through. Oh, does this thing do closed captioning for the ad? Oh, you can still see. Wait, you can still see my closed captioning even over the ads? Are Diceless RPGs still games? Aren't they just people around a table telling fishing tales? Are Diceless RPGs still games? Yeah, of course. If they have some form of resolution system, even if the resolution like if they have some sort of codified resolution system, you can think of it as a game. Skippy says yes, it goes on really fast, but if you squint, you can read the closed captioning. Okay, that's good. Then you don't miss as much, I guess. Yeah, like Lagnus is just getting right into it. It's not even 2:30, and Lagnus is already trying to get us to not play Pokemon today. Good try, Lagnus. But yes, games have rules. If it has some sort of rules, then you can get away with calling it a game. Oh no, Grield, Lord. Oh Lord. Hop says they really are here. The Sword and Shield Pokemon. I knew it. Ah woo! Okay, does anybody else think like can you guys hear that song? There's like there's like a definite like Doctor Who-ness to it, right? Hey, where are you going? We need help over here. Oh, Sonia made it. You two, what in the world are you doing? What? Come off it, Sonia. You must have seen that, right? Those Sword and Shield Pokemon, they were right in front of us. But then they disappeared in the forest. Hop, you sure you haven't lost the plot? No, this is the first time we're actually following the plot. There was no one here but the two of you. What? Then were those just illusions or something? Listen, I dug into some literature from other regions, and I finally found something. Mentions of the sword Pokemon Zacian and the shield Pokemon called Zamazenta. The writing said that those two Pokemon were born somewhere beyond the slumbering world. Sometime long ago. Did they really? Ta, Sonia, thanks for digging into it. even if it is just an illusion or whatever, we did manage to find that Pokemon again. Maybe the sword and shield that those two used to carry are still here too. Let's save. Um, let's see. Harvester says dice are not compulsory. Yeah. Tag doesn't have dice. Yeah, lots of stuff. Nobilis doesn't have dice, aka like Chubbo's magnificent wish granting engine. That's a diceless game. Um, Skippy says Lagnus wants this stream to last at least another 2 months. I mean, we're still probably not gonna finish the game today. This, by the way, like, yeah, Lagnus says I don't want it to be over. This is, by the way, like what my wife does. Like, we will start watching a show, and then 2/3 of the way through, like when it's starting to get real good, right? When it's starting to like unravel or whatever, I'm like, hey, you want to watch an episode of this? And she's like, no. And I'm like, do you not like it anymore? She's like, no, I still like it. And she's like putting it off. She doesn't want the show to end. So, yes, thank you, Lagnus. I know that your ability to completely derail this show comes from a good place. Yeah, Lagnus is too pure. Um, Lagnus says Tag has a game mechanic. Those diceless systems usually just have GM saying okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like. You can have open-ended definitions and you can have closed definitions, right? If like some people's definition of a game is somebody has to win, which means that no RPG is a game, right? By that definition, like games are like contests of some kind. So it's like in that sense, a rap battle is a game, but an RPG is not. So, there's like different ways of looking at it. Definite Hunas, yeah, I thought so. Skippy says, I'm having flashbacks to shiny hunting in these areas. They were not fun hunts. No, I bet they weren't. Um, Horsewine Mine. Oh, okay. Horsewine Mine is just trying to figure out where the dicelessness is coming on. Hey, Zal. Thanks for stopping by. Skippy says, Rodrigo, a company gives you a carte blanche to make a fighting game. What style do you make and what properties do you build it from? I would probably I mean if they were just like here you go, money's no object, I would definitely make its own property, right? I would be like, this is a brand new fighting game with brand new characters. If I had to build it around an extant property, I might do something like bring back Darkstalkers. Ooh. Would you take a look at that, Petunia? Now that's something you don't see every day. This place definitely feels like the stuff of legend. Yeah, so I might do something like bring back Darkstalkers if I absolutely had to do it. If I didn't, um, I I don't know what property I would turn into a fighting game. I'd have to like think about that. It's like I feel like Steven Universe would make a good fighting game, and it might actually be good because Steven Universe characters keep showing up in fighting games, but there's no Steven Universe fighting game that would be like a Marvel style 3-on-3, except you also get the option to fuse the three characters together. That would be rad. Let's see. Skippy says we're going to make a completely original game, Portal Schmobat. Portal Schmobat. Um, but yeah, if they were like do whatever you want, I would make a brand new IP. I definitely would. Harvey says, "Ooh, new Rodrigo led fighting game universe." Yeah, totally. Um, Skippy says, "I've got a few animes I'd want Arxis to take a crack at." Yep, or maybe French bread. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, anything you have, you can give it to Arc System Works, and they're gonna make something that looks magnificent, right? So that's nice. At least you always have that option. And they seem to be able to do it because they did Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, right, and DNF Duel, and those all came out pretty close to each other. So they are either a large enough company that they can handle that, or they are in like an absolute terrible state of crunch at all times. So hopefully not that. Harvester says, I never got good at it, but I enjoyed Slap Happy Rhythm Busters on PSX. The rhythm game special slash finishers always thwarted me. Yeah. Oh, and I guess if you what kind I would make it a 2D fighter. I think platform fighters are cool, 3D fighters are cool. Don't have anything against them, but man, I love me just like old school 2D fighter. I think there's still ground to cover for the 2D fighter. It isn't all done, and if nothing else, there's lots of or lots of old ideas that can be remixed in a cool way. So yeah, I'd probably make it a 2D fighter. Skippy says, I think DNF Duel looks like hot trash, but it looks like really well designed hot trash. No, I agree. I look at it and I'm like, I don't want to play this game, but I do enjoy looking at this game. Yeah, the character designs are. I don't know. It's like the character designs in DNF Duel. After seeing the characters from Guilty Gear Strive, I look at those characters and I'm like, these characters I think purposefully a lot more generic looking, right? Because they're class based as opposed to like character based. Um, so yeah, I look at those and I'm like, oh, like this needs more like buckles and jackets and like headbands, right? All right. Hop says, now that's something you don't see every day. This place definitely feels like the stuff of legend. Save again. Just so if we get smashed to little pieces, we don't have to start over. Busted sword, broken shield, I will give you to a dog. See that, Petunia? The sword and the shield, the legends really were true. You obtained a rusted shield. It is said that a hero used the shield to halt a terrible disaster in ancient times, but it's grown rusty and worn. That settles it. I'm taking the sword. Well, it's the only one left, Hop. I mean, very gentlemanly of Hop to let Petunia pick first. Though, wow, would you look at the state of this thing? It seems like it might fall to pieces if you so much as look at it funny. I don't know if these rusty old things will really be able to stop the darkest day, but, well, I guess it can't hurt to have them along. Let's hope they bring us some good luck. Skippy says about DNF Duel, they look really low poly in a lot of the trailers somehow. Yeah, DNF Duel needs more Tommy Wiseau triple belts. Yeah, definitely. More belts, more bandanas. Like maybe a guitar slung behind somebody. I don't know. I really like the design of Guilty Gear. I like how like excessive it is. It's because it looks so good in motion. Like they've clearly spent so much time. So it's like, yeah, just like it's like a Guilty Gear character doesn't just wear a hoodie, right? It's like they have a hoodie, and then on top of the hoodie they have a vest, but underneath that vest they have like a bandolier, and then like the vest has like metal shoulder pads, like that starts to get into like Guilty Gear territory. Horsewine Man says, "Busted sword, silver shield. I hope you will forgive me, wield." Yes, busted sword, rusty shield. I hope you will forgive me, weld. Um, Harvester says, Crooked Big Chicken shares his treasures with other dogs, but not Mr. Pavlov. That's right. We tried to give Pavlov toys. Literally, I have something here. This is Pavlov's Crunchy Bear, right? We call him Crunchy Bear because it makes crunchy noises. Hopefully that didn't like destroy your ears if you're on headphones. But Pavlov doesn't like toys, so we always try to buy him toys, and he just ignores them. So we got him Crunchy Bear because he likes blankets and warm stuff to like snuggle into. So he seems to be starting to get into Crunchy Bear and actually wants to like maybe snuggle with it, but it's not. It's slow going. Like he is not and has never been interested in toys except for balls. He likes when his mom and only his mom, my wife, throws a ball and then he brings it back But the problem is that he's very old. He's lost a lot of teeth, so we're worried that it'll like hurt him if he tries to like hold the ball with his like little gums. So we've discontinued playing with balls, and also because he has a bad back, and if he's running around, he might hurt himself. So we try like we enrich him by um like like playing with him like ourselves, um and like talking to him and like taking him out on walks and stuff. But yeah, he really can't do toys anymore. So we're like, what if we got him a toy that was a pillow? So that's kind of what we're doing now. Um, Lagnus says, did Pokemon Sword get tossed at some king out of a lake? It's kind of going for that, right? It's like these like mystical items. Skippy says, and then it turns out the little girl with the dolphins is actually a pirate, and any one of them could be a cyborg. Great character designs. Yep, sure. That's Guilty Gear. Harvey says, I have a dog toy story after eating. I have a dog toy story after eating. I don't know what that means. Does that mean that after you're done eating, you're going to tell us your dog toy story? If that's the case, then go ahead. Um, Hop says, well, I guess it can't hurt to have them along. Let's hope they bring us some good luck and not tetanus. Da 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 da. Hop got tetanus. Maybe the Pokemon themselves really are still asleep somewhere. So it seems we're on our own. If we want to go help Lee, this is all the help we've got. Alright, let's save this. Right? Okay, still at Hammerlock Stadium. Yeah, let's just go. Okay. Well, if it isn't Petunia and Hop, it's a real shame the way things have turned out. You make it all the way to the championship match, then something like this has to happen. And Chairman Rose, thinking that the energy pouring from the darkest day would somehow be the key to saving Galar's future, it all seems a bit mad if you ask me. I can't follow at all how that's supposed to work. Well, I don't care if I'm up against the darkest day, or the chairman, or whatever. I'm going ahead. I'm off to help my brother. Hop's a good kid. And he's gone. That Hop never changes. Always in a rush about something, isn't he? The key thing is that no one's been harmed. We gym leaders work together with the city's Pokemon, and we've got everyone evacuated. You see how it's like we gym leaders teamed up with the city's Pokemon to get everyone evacuated? Not first responders, not anything. It's like, man, this world really relies on its like gym leaders, or at least this region really relies on like its gym leaders as like actual leadership. And I'm like, just because someone's good at, I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say just because someone's good at fighting with Pokemon doesn't mean that they'd be a good leader, but I guess the lore of the game is that like your Pokemon like you better. Is like if you have a good relationship with Pokemon, it's because you're a good person, and Pokemon respond to that. So I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is like this weird purity test if you can become a gym leader. But then again, Giovanni was a gym leader. Like literally the very first evil mastermind of the Pokemon games was himself a gym leader. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. Skippy says Hop redemption stream. Yeah, we've been. I'm on Hop's corner. Like I'm always like, oh, poor Hop. He wants to like be the greatest champion, and Petunia is going to outstrip him. Um, but yeah, as far as like the character, I like the character. Um, Lagnus says in our Sentinels game, I will Excalibur. We traveled to another world which had all the same heroes but water based. So the sword came from some dude on an island. Nice, that's great. And you're fixing to help our champion to save everyone in the Galar region. That's where I'm going now. Our greatest ever champion and the greatest ever challenger, along with her fiercest rival. All teaming up against the darkest day, I almost feel sorry for it. Go on then, our great challenger, into Hammerlock Stadium with you. Finally, the adults in this world have come to their senses, and they're sending in a child to do the work. Okay. I don't remember at all how this fight goes, so I'm gonna hope that this team is good. Uh, some scammers trying to call me. Let's see. Yep. That should be good. Uh-oh. Gym Challenger, you must help me. I mean, please help me. My Pokemon suddenly Dynamaxed for some reason and started running amok in the stadium. Mr. Rayhan was able to subdue the Dynamax Pokemon in the stadium, but if other Pokemon also Dynamax and go on a rampage, the underground power plant would collapse. Mr. Rose is down there right now. I know this is selfish of me, but I must beg your assistance. I want you to head into the underground power plant and stop Mr. Rose. Mr. Rose has awakened a Pokemon known as Eternatus. Apparently, the energy emitted from its body is what causes Dynamaxing. At this rate, all the Pokemon in the Galar region will Dynamax and go berserk. If that were to happen, please, you must save Mr. Rose. You can take the lift over there to reach him. I've enlisted the help of the champion's younger brother too, but who knows what is going on. Alright. Alright, Harvestry says, we had bought my dog Chelsea a Bernese, hella sweet, a stuffed pig with a noise bladder that made deep oinking noises when chewed. At first, Chelsea had no interest in it, being almost as big as her head. Sudden that she didn't want it, I took some old sliced sandwich ham and rubbed the stuffed pig all over with it. Suddenly, Chelsea loved the toy. We heard it oinking pretty constantly for the next few hours as Chelsea doggedly destroyed the pig, presumably looking for the meat. Yeah, my parents' dog, or I guess it was my brother's dog, um, a few dogs ago, would just completely obliterate any toy you gave him. Like, we started getting him toys, and he would just disintegrate them, just chew them so hard that they would just fall apart. So we started getting him like progressively more and more hardcore toys, like those like big tires and like stuff. And I'm like, I think we're gonna have to get him like an actual truck tire. But he would just destroy them eventually. Like, we never found a toy that would last. I mean, we found toys that would last him like a week or two, but we always had to constantly buy him new toys because he was just so good at destroying them. Horsepoint Mine says my dog Rocky just destroys toys, but at the start of the pandemic, we got him a little flimsy plastic pig, and he fell in love with it. He would be super gentle with it, never chew it, and even slept with it in his bed. Yeah, dogs are smart, and they can, it's like dogs have preferences, right? There's dogs that are gonna destroy whatever you give them, um, but there's definitely, yeah, dogs will do that, right? They'll have like a they have toys that they destroy and toys that they treat like dolls, like it's a little baby. So yeah, it's cute. Um, like it says, our old dog, a fox terrier, was really good at opening toys, especially if they had a squeaky in there. We got him a tough toy that he couldn't open. Then he sat down and watched a TV show about heart surgery with us. And when the show was over, he he ripped it open in 2 minutes. So he learned from the TV show how to properly make an incision that can get something out. That's great. Yeah, truck tire. Yeah, definitely. Um, Also, mine says it lasted like a year or more, and now we only get him pig-shaped toys. Likeness says Snowy, Tintin's dog, is a fox terrier. Yeah, fox terriers are cute. Terriers are cute. I mean, Pavlov's a terrier mix. Am I going in here? Yep. Okay. Maybe I should have talked to that person. Maybe they would have given me like a potion or something. Here we go. Oh, wait. Is there something down here? Now's not the time to use this. Try talking to Chairman Rose. Who said that? The Game Master? What? What is all this? We need to help Lee. And what do you plan on doing, Gym Challenger? Stopping the darkest day. Pardon? What are you talking about? There's nothing to stop now. We've already brought about the darkest day. Or should I say, the ultimate Pokemon, Eternatus. Must I explain myself? Please, your motivation makes no sense. Definitely explain yourself. From your perspective, I suppose it must seem that I'm doing something terrible. I don't expect you to understand, but I must provide the Galar region with limitless energy to ensure everlasting prosperity. It is my purpose, my duty, my destiny. That's why we've been giving the wishing stars to Eternatus. Surely you remember the red light that caused a ruckus around Hammerlock. That was all part of our experiments to awaken Eternatus. You must understand, I can't let you interfere with my plan to protect the future of Galar. Oh, we fight Chairman Rose? I forgot about this. Is he a big steel type guy? He is a big steel type guy, isn't he? Because he's a Macrocosmos guy. That's okay. I came prepared for this. I'm packing a fighting type. He's gonna be very resistant to a sucker punch, right? Because he's a bugged steel type. So we'll just go with revenge. Ouch. You're pretty tough. Yes, entirely too tough. Don't you think that's unfair? Why would that be unfair? Okay. Did I bring my fire type to this? I didn't, but I did bring someone who has a fire type move. So let's try that. Is Psychic weak against bug attacks? Ow. Oh, he's using a ground type move, that's why. Get out of here. Beepity boop. Let's keep current Pokemon. Since I did not know about this fight at all, this flamethrower is going to be instrumental. Okay, Throat Chop, that's bad for a Psychic type. Screebity boop. I'm gonna switch to Sargassum and just hit him with water type moves. Or Dragon, like Steel resists Dragon, right? Psychic is weak, but Poison resists. Yeah. Okay. Hydro Pump. How many more Pokemon does it have? Let's double team. Oh, a multi-hit thing. Okay. Hopefully this double team will actually help. Let's hit him with a Hydro Pump. Stop it! Alright, let's see. Skippy says that's a big egg. Yeah, that Eternatus egg's pretty big. Obviously says, your conscience. Help me, Nurse Joy. I've been suffering from constant and condescending intrusive thoughts. Yeah. Legna says, I currently have a Jack Russell Terrier sleeping on my legs. He's named Gimli because he doesn't like to be tossed, or because we're hardcore Lord of the Ring fans. Yeah, Pavlov is a Rat Terrier and Parson Russell Terrier mix. So he's very terriery. He's also part Cocker Spaniel. We had some DNA done. He's also part Cocker Spaniel, which explains why his fur is so silky. Steel Resist Dragon, yeah, I thought so. There's no way that I go first, so we'll keep hoping that this... Should I not have double team on this guy? It seems like he just gets hit. I don't know that double team has ever like actually gotten someone to miss on me. Ferrothorn. Yeah. We'll switch back to Oakley and use a healing item. Lagnus says, we live in the cold north. There's not really any rescue dogs, so not as many mixed breeds here. Okay. I'll use a max potion. Hopefully this guy doesn't also have a ground type move. Yeah, that's good. Power Whip we can handle. Go, stand in fire type. Harvester says, double team has only seemed helpful when NPCs used it against me. Yeah, I feel like anytime I'm like, okay, I'm going to play this smart, and instead of attacking, I'm going to use double team, I just get hit every time anyway. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's not, maybe the core evasion of that Pokemon, I don't know if it's different for different Pokemon, but like, yeah, I just like, I get hit no matter what. Macrocosmos Rose is about to send out Copper Raja. Will you switch Pokemon? Keep current Pokemon. I think he's gonna, yep. Oh, do you, down to my last Pokemon. This isn't looking good. I'm guessing this is gonna be a G-Max Copper Raja, so we should Dynamax now. Just to meet him in the field of Kaiju battle. We know we got the quick draw in, so we could actually win this in one hit. We'll see. Yarg. Oakley doesn't say anything when she Dynamaxes. I'll show you a move that'll hit so hard you'll be speechless. Rawr. Is G-Max Copper Raja a good design? It's a weird design. Ooh, good tanking. Definitely don't have stab, so that makes sense. Tank it! Uh, special defense. Oh, that's not good. Alright, hopefully now with the sun, this'll kill. There we go. Let's see. If some dog would be able to survive the winter, it would still be caught and handed off to someone, not really starting a family in the wild. Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, there's tons of there aren't a lot of stray dogs in the US, but there are tons of like dogs in shelters. So, yeah, just lots and lots and lots of mutts. Um Harvester says moonlighting fire types. We love them. That was my Aggron and my Sapphire run. Yeah, that was like Licky Tongue in one of my runs where I was like, I can't find a fire type. And then when I did find another fire type, I'm like, it's actually still not as good as this like wall of hit points that can learn flamethrower or whatever, whatever it was that Licky Tongue could learn. So yeah, Licky Tongue was a fire type for one of my runs, maybe in Black 2, I want to say, or White 2. I don't remember. Um, Likeness says, but very few dogs can do that. Not enough civilization to survive by eating its trash. Uh, Likeness says, does the skyscraper Pokemon come with an elevator so the trainer can ride to the top? Maybe. Its tail actually kind of looks like an escalator, so maybe. Harvester says, I think I enjoy its regular design more, but I appreciate the theme they went for with the blocky body on G-Max Copper. Yeah, it's like I look at it and I'm like, this is a choice. And like, I don't hate it, but also I'm like, what was this choice? It's like construction equipment maybe, but also its body doesn't look like construction equipment. It's just like a block, and he's like standing on two little babar legs. I don't know. It's weird. It's like a lot of weird choices. So I don't know. Skippy says desert dogs in Arizona are the most fascinating creatures I've ever seen. Oh, that's cool. Legend says I went to see skyscraper Pokemon fight a giant ape Pokemon. Yeah, like Slacking or something. I mean, there is Rillaboom, but a one-on-one between Duraludon and Rillaboom actually really favors the skyscraper, which I guess was also true in King Kong. So I guess you got that. It's like you get G-Max Rillaboom and G-Max Duraludon duking it out, and then like Latias and Latios like flying around them, right? Somebody draw that. Harvey says it reminds me of Probopass. Yeah. Now that I think of it, similar polygonal design, also steel type. Yeah, yeah, it does look like Probopass. Yeah, or it's reminiscent. I'd forgotten how great Pokemon battles are. It's been so long since I battled. That sure was satisfying. So, spoiler alert for the DLC. In the DLC, you meet Rose's brother. Um, and we learn two things. One, that his name is Rose because the other guy's name is Peony. So it's not like this guy's name is like Jeff Rose. His name is Rose. And of course, his brother is named Peony after another flower, and he's a steel type trainer. And I always thought like, okay, well, he's a steel type guy, that's fine. But I had forgotten about this fight, so now I'm like, oh, it's like they're both steel type guys. It's like a family thing. Okay, Pokemon is always doing stuff like that, so that's cool. It's cool if you remember and appreciate it. Um, Lagna says Skycripper uses Airstrike. It's super effective. Yep. Um, Harvester says King Kong themed team would be fun. Dreadnought and Drodigon. Dreadnought and Drodigon. And Motham. Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For like Mothra and yeah, all of those guys. Harvester says, "Oh, that dude is his brother, Chairman Rose Jefferson." Yeah, that's what it is, right? It's like, yeah, his first name is Rose. His last name is probably something like, I don't know, probably also something weird like Douglas. Okay. Most impressive, Petunia. I wouldn't expect any less from a challenger endorsed by the strongest champion ever to grace our beloved Galar region. Also from a challenger who is psychically linked to Eternatus, which is very much canon and definitely happening. Skippy says his parents named him Chairman. Yep, they had big hopes for him. Uh, I really do wish I could have seen the championship match between you two, and I'm terribly sorry to have ruined the whole gym challenge and everything. It's too bad, but it can't be helped. In order to solve the energy issue as soon as possible, we awakened Eternatus, but we couldn't control it. The champion came to aid me, even at the cost of abandoning the match. Indeed, just like a knight in shining armor coming to rescue a princess from a dragon. I do tend to ramble on, I know. I love to make speeches. But I think I can stop talking now. I think the champion should have captured Eternatus by now. If you're curious, you can take the lift up. And I trust you'll be going too, right, Hop? I certainly hope losing to me didn't discourage you too much. Oh, poor Hop. Go on now, both of you. Go see how our champion is doing. Discourage? You don't get it, do you, Chairman? Neither me nor my Pokemon are anywhere near giving up. We've learned how to be strong thanks to the gym challenge you organized. Give me something. Dang it. We should save. Harvester says, Chairman Rose Glacé. Yeah. St. Joe says, just been to the cinema to see the new Top Gun. Got kicked out for singing Danger Zone for the 5th time. One too many logins attempts. Nice. Lagnus says they named him after the place he was conceived. On a chair? On a roast? Harvey says, roast chairman. It was right there all along. Lagnus says his older brother is called Bathroom at a Nightclub. Harvester says, Pokemon trainers, I beat you, and I know you have something cool I need. Give me it. Yep. That's how the world works. All right, Petunia, I'm ready for anything. Are you? Of course. Oh, maybe I should have taken a moment. I'm guessing my Pokemon are gonna be healed. Nope. I don't want to waste items if they're just gonna heal them. But if they're not, maybe they're not. So I guess I'll heal them. Do you guys know? Are they gonna heal them before this? Harvester says, imagine if the criminal teams knew how and were not afraid to just beat people up. Yeah, well, I mean, now with Pokemon Legends Arceus, maybe they'll do more of that, where like Pokemon are like an actual danger to people. Um, Pokemon World is a total bully economy based. Beat people, steal their lunch money. Yeah. Skippy says, probably best to do it yourself, not like you'll need many potions for the end of the game. That's true. Especially these like super potions. Alright. do I want to swap anyone out? Again, I don't remember what's happening. Like, I know that Zacian and Samacenta show up at some point. I already have a Psychic type, which is going to be like the only thing that's going to give me a Psychic type and a Dragon type, so that should give me an advantage against Eternatus if that's who I'm fighting. I do not remember how this goes. So I'm hoping for the best here. Harvester says, like Pokemon battle over. Grunt says, okay, whatever, square up, nerd. I got two hands and you're going to catch them all. Nice. Harvester says, Pokemon games are wild to me for the suggestion that everybody abides by winning and losing battles, and that is that. Or, and even if they did, that everybody abides by like only using one Pokemon at once. Lignus says, are you going to try that Temtem game? I think it's already out, but there was some kind of release in September. I might at some point. I'm not in a hurry to try it. I think, yeah, I'm going to try it at some point. It looks like visually it looks pretty good. There's also some other game that wasn't Temtem that also looks really good. It's like pixel art based. I don't remember what it is, but it's like, yeah, it's like a little Pokemon game. Oh, Koromon. That's what it is. It was Koromon. Finally, Eternatus. He calls to us. Leon says, you came to help me in spite of the danger? Thanks, Hop, and you, Petunia. You two really have grown tremendously. But no need for you kids to worry. It seems like some power like it seems like some power of Eternatus's was keeping my team from Dynamaxing, but we've had a champion time all the same. Charizard and the rest of my champion team members have really worn Eternatus down. Now if I can simply catch it in a Pokeball, we should be able to get this madness under control. Then everything will be back to normal. So watch this. It's going to be a real champion catch. Whap! Up, he got him. All right, good. Everybody go home. In a Pokeball? That's cool. Leon is disheartened that his first attempt with a Pokeball, not even an Ultra Ball, was thwarted. Eternatus appeared. Oh, I should have probably then put the Pokemon that are good up front. Let's try a Sucker Punch. Okay, let's swap out and see if we can get Oakley on board. Or online, rather. Gonna take a Dragon Pulse. Oof. Let's try and hit him with a Psychic attack. Flamethrower. Am I trying to catch this guy? Let me try and catch him with a Pokeball and see. Okay, it's not. Okay, so I'm not supposed to catch him. What do you guys think? Should I like bank on Oakley's Quick Draw move, or should I swap him out or heal him? Let's take the risk. Oh, Quick Draw! There you go. Exclamation point hype. Got him. Oh, I'm going down. Blah. Yes, the true power of Eternatus. Whoa. Oh no! It's Master Hand. Run! Eternatus appeared. Wow, it's huge. Let's take it on together, Petunia. Alright. What am I looking at here? Hard says it's surprisingly lawful society even amongst its criminals. Yeah, it's like the criminals. Criminals in the Pokemon world are like organized crime that are trying to like accomplish some big effect, rather than like petty criminals. Right? There don't appear to be petty criminals in the Pokemon world. Lagna says you can choose one D12 or D20. D2. Hardesty says, dang, Leon, real scrub work. Must be rusty at the top. Yeah, he hasn't had to catch his own Pokemon for a long time. Granted, Petunia also hasn't had to catch her own Pokemon. Clearly, these two are just very privileged. Legna says, hype! Harvestry says, had these translucent emerald acrylic ones. One at the point as a small child. I made my own board game using them with my Bionicles as the play pieces on Bristol board and construction paper. It was not very good. It sounds fun. It sounds like making it was probably more fun than playing it. Harvester says, Master Hand, is that you? You've had some work done. Yeah, Master Hand is looking pretty ferocious. Skippy says, that's what Disney characters have under the gloves. Yeah, that's what all Disney characters look like under the gloves. Lightning says, I remember the glow-in-the-dark dice of the 80s. They did glow in the dark, but you had no idea what you rolled. Nice. Harvest says, I too have suffered from eczema this year. I feel for you, Eternatus. Sanjay W calls the quote, quote number 2, I don't know enough about loss to make this statement confidently. ... That's Horsepawn mine. Let's... I mean, I feel like I'm here. I should always lead with a Sucker Punch. Oh, so now everybody got healed. So weird. Oh, my fairy type that doesn't know any fairy type moves. Not that they would be... I mean, they would just be neutral against Eternatus, but still. What? I can't use any moves. Uh-oh. Oakley can't use any moves. Oh, no. I forgot. We found the Sword and Shield in the Slumbering Weald. Well, at least I'm not spending moves. It's like, please go through the motions of making another attack so we can advance the plot. Petunia, use the shield. It might be old and rusted, but there's got to be some use to it. Leave it to me. Meanwhile, in Elden Ring world. Oh, snap. They teleport like Power Rangers. Ah, yes. Dogs. The handworm's natural enemy. Oh, power. Zamazenta shield form. Station sword form. Oh, it's like the four. Oh, it's like a raid battle. That's cute. Why did I go? Why did they send me back to this Pokemon? Because it's in the front of my party? Alright, now I'm definitely throwing a Sucker Punch. There's no way it's not attacking. Ha! Hey, it looks like we can use our moves now. Thanks to Zacian and Zamazenta, that is. Oh, nice. Howl's a good move. I don't know. Maybe I'll just brute force it. I'm just gonna go with this Pokemon the whole way. Max Mirrorwind. You leave Hops Wooloo alone. The attack of your elbow. Okay, so it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna switch out then. I was like, well, now I've gotten all these bonuses, but then all the bonuses went away anyway, so let's switch to something that's going to do more damage. Let's try this. It's riskier, but it's also higher level. Because then I have to... Oh, wait, no, I can hit with a Dragon Pulse. Yeah, let's just do Oakley. Especially since Oakley has the potential to just go first. Behemoth Blade. And Behemoth Bash. He did the bash. He did Behemoth Bash. Yeah, that's bad for Zamazenta. Oh no. Oh, I guess it didn't take that much recoil damage. Let's go Psychic. It was a Steel-type smash. That's pretty good. That Wooloo's gonna take itself out. I appreciate Hop riding the edge there. Guys, what if this is Petunia's heel turn? Like her real heel turn. What if I just totally switch to Eternatus' side? What do you think will happen? What if Petunia chooses to rule alongside Eternatus? I think she's really tempted right now. Is like, should I unleash this flamethrower on Zamazenta? when Zamazenta doesn't expect it and in fact is trying to help us. She's definitely having her one ring moment right now. Let's see. Harvester says, it was definitely more fun to make than to play or to convince my family to play with me. Potion Tax, Sword and Shield, and Zamba Weld. Saboom Weld. Is that a Zaboomafoo reference? Lagna says, Blade Runner RPG Kickstarter ends in 21 hours. Okay, that's good to know. Harvester says, our planet needs us. Yep. I mean, dogs have been dealing with worms forever. That's true, but usually there's not much they can do about them. Lagna says, is there a Pokemon that looks like a car and can turn into a giant robot too? Else there should be. No, there's actually a surprising lack of wheeled Pokemon. Carkol is about one of the very few, if not the only one. Like Roly-Coly and Carkol are the only Pokemon that have wheels, I think. Harvester says, got it. If there's a good spot, I can think the clip in the MSP Discord. Oh, did you get me singing? Harvester says it was a steel type smash. Yep, that was good. Harvester says I would enjoy it if independent wild Pokemon joined your Dynamax raids more often. On the side of the trainers? I mean, that would be kind of fun, but it's like I feel like they would be helping the Gmax Pokemon. Horsepoint Mind says Petunia bad ending. Yeah. What if we did the bad ending, guys? What if it's one of those games where you can choose to like betray your friends, and then at the end you've like taken over the world, but you're very sad? I'm sure that ending is secretly coded into this game, and nobody has tried to do this because nobody had any reason to turn against them, except that they have a psychic connection to Eternatus, like Petunia does. Harvester says, lack of plot progression, poor RPG, no agency, unplayable. It was indeed attempted. Zaboomafoo reference. Okay. Harvester says, nah, I like your dog impressions. Oh, okay. Let's see. Should I turn heel? I think I won't. I think Petunia has that moment, and she like imagines what would happen, and she sees herself as like the queen of the universe riding atop Eternatus's weird hand monster face, and she realizes that that's not actually what she wants, and that being a psychic or being a poison Pokemon trainer is enough for her, and thus she chooses to continue attacking Eternatus. Behemoth Bash. Okay, nullified stat changes. Can I just say, like, Wooloo is a friggin' tough Pokemon for like how long it's like held on. Boom. Now can I catch it? Can't throw a Pokeball. I guess not. All right. Woo! You guys seeing that stuff in the background? It's like the places where we've been. It's like places in Galar. All right, you got him, Zamazenta. This is it. Hurry, Petunia. Try to catch Eternatus now. Whoop, 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 whoop. Power of poison! Blip. 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 Yes. Why be Eternatus' queen when Eternatus could just be Petunia's pet? Forward ho! Into adventure! Bye, dogs. Thanks for coming. Meanwhile, back in Winden, or probably later in Winden, 3 days later. Okay. Let's see. Ars19 says Petunia, the Venom Queen of Galar, does have a ring to it, right? Yeah, definitely. Harvest says legendaries and Hop all politely wait as Petunia spends 8 minutes with inner turmoil before making a move. I mean, this is a Japanese game, and there's literally an anime for it. So if you told me that anime tropes applied, definitely, right? It's like this definitely happens in Japanese shows. Harvey says Petunia is the dread queen Raytheon we all deserve. Yeah. Horseman Mind says, wait, Petunia, Rose, Peony? Are we witnessing a familiar struggle here? Is this a dynastic battle? I guess I would be okay with that. The thing is like, Petunia... I hadn't thought about the potential of Petunia being related to those guys, and in fact, I maybe wouldn't have named her Petunia if I thought that that was an implication. Because it is good, but I don't think Petunia comes from that. Like her arc would be very different, right? Her arc would be like yeah, it's like Rose has done all this, but I deserve a piece of the kingdom because I'm his like I'm his like estranged daughter or something, or like his love child. That'd be something, but that's not what we've been playing, unfortunately. Maybe we could have done it that way. So in the Petunia canon, they are not related. However, you are welcome to have whatever head canon you want. I mean, I did make a dark skinned character, and actually Rose has darker skinned. But so do Leon and Hop, so... Harvest says familial or perhaps rival families. Garden versus garden. Yeah, could be that. They could be like... it's like... we find out Rose's last name is like perennial, and Petunia's last name is like bulb gardener or something, and it's like these two gardening families that have been at each other's throats since Galar was created. They're like the Anglos and the Saxons or whatever. Two houses, both alike in dignity. So Chairman Rose turned himself in then? Never thought I'd see the day. He awoke Eternatus and nearly caused a catastrophe for the entire region. You reap what you sow, I say. I don't know about you, but I slept like the dead. But it's been 3 days. Everyone's still talking about what happened, but at least things are back to normal now. We really did defeat Eternatus together with Zamazenta and Zacian. And still Lee's, well, he's being Lee, insisting on having a championship match with you today. It's a bit much, isn't it? You sure you're up for it? I'm not even too sure about him. He was out cold and hurt pretty badly. Oh, he was out cold and hurt pretty badly himself during all that mess. I do understand how he feels, though. Someone's blown up my phone. Okay. Hop says, feels like I've been waiting forever to get to see you and him face off in a serious match. So come on, the match will be at Wyndham Stadium. Where else? Alright. I guess it's time for the match. But before that, let's take a super quick break. Yeah. And I will be right back. Be right back. Transition that. Turn off my mic. All right. Let's we'll go for another half hour, but so let's not tackle the story right now. Again, we're very close to the end, but let's go do some raids. We'll finish up. We'll finish up next session. Although there is kind of like a secondary like end thing, so it's like there's like a post game adventure, which is like why isn't this just the adventure? Um, Harvester says Petunia is an invasive species. Yep. Harvester says Leon spent all of his energy solving the plot for you up to that point. It's pretty reasonable. Yeah, I get it. He did soften up Eternatus for us. They make a point of saying that. Harvester says Petunia carries on the proud and noble tradition of kill stealing by defeating and capturing Eternatus after the adults have fully expended themselves. Yep, definitely swooping in for the glory. I guess I should probably be using Eternatus on these. It's like I pretty much never use I never use legendaries after I get them. I just kind of like shelve them because by that point I've gotten attached to like my normal team of Pokemon. But we did do a thing with Eternatus, so it's like it actually makes sense for Petunia to use Eternatus. Yeah, we are going to do very little damage to this Greedent. Harvest says using legendary just feels bad now. Yeah, but I still might. Again, because there's like an in-story reason for, or we made up an in-story reason for Petunia to use Eternatus. You know, I might play with it a little bit and then be like, oh, this is stupid. I don't want to do this. Back in Sapphire, Kyogre, or Harvester says, back in Sapphire, Kyogre was my water type and I dug it. Beyond that, though, it's never felt right. Yeah, my main team in like Pokemon Red, when I first played Pokemon, uh, my electric type was Zapdos. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I've been there. It feels weird, but especially now it feels weird because stat-wise they're so powerful. Also, yeah, that's another thing is like I don't rename legendaries when I catch them because they're supposed to be unique, right? So it's like it's weird to rename like Zacian or whatever. I'm okay when people do it. Like I see people name like I see a lot of like doggos or like super dog or whatever in raids, and that's fine. But I don't want to do it because again, they're unique Pokemon. It feels like they already have like a proper name instead of like a species name. Harvester says, true. Petunia does have a special link to Eternatus, driving her along this whole journey. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe we'll use Eternatus a little bit. Ugh. It's like, yeah, it's like my Pokemon are not trained up. They're level 60, so it's like 5-star raids really expect you to be like it's like 5-star raids are kind of easy as long as you're fully trained up and you're at level 100, right? It's like then they're like easy. But it's like for this, I'm surprised we haven't gotten knocked out yet. If that Greedent focuses fire on us a little bit, we're in a lot of trouble. Harvester says Jeff Zacian, Douglas Zamazenta, Paul Eternatus. Yes, that's their real names. Blurp. Ooh. It's nice when the cheer actually does something strong. Alright, that should open it up for like the Cinderace to just wreck him. There you go. Harvester says legendaries may be like vampire slayers, though. There's one born in every generation, and another awakens when one falls. I mean, there has to be, right? Because multiple people can have a legendary. You could see 4 Zacians in one raid, right? So something has to be happening there. But still, I guess yeah. Let's go ahead and catch it. Common throughout the Galar region, this Pokemon has strong teeth and can chew through the toughest of berry shells. Would you like to? No. Send into a box. Skippy says, I think lore-wise, mythical Pokemon are the only one-ofs. Legendaries are more common. There's an Entei for every mountain range, etc. Really? There's supposed to be multiple Entei? That's hardcore. Um, Harvester says, given how many legendaries are forces of nature, it would be whack if there was just one and some punk kid shoved it into a PC forever and whole ecosystems disintegrated. Yeah, that's the other thing is that like a lot of the time the game is like it's like for example, again, kind of a spoiler if you haven't played it, but the Crown Tundra is all about Calyrex, and it's like a thing where like Calyrex has decided to join you, right? And it's like I will accompany you for some time, and I feel like a few legendaries. I think a few legendaries are like yes, I see that Groudon has acknowledged your strength and has chosen to come with you for a while. And what that says to me is that eventually like legendary Pokemon get bored of like hanging around with a punk kid and living in a PC and then they just leave. But we'll see because I'm watching Pokemon Master Journeys and like one of the characters actually just caught a legendary Pokemon. So I'm interested to see what they talk about. Like the main reason why I've been watching Pokemon Journeys and Pokemon Master Journeys is to see how they implement concepts from the game into the anime, and it's actually pretty interesting. Like it's more interesting than most of the plots because it is like a little kids cartoon, but yeah, just being like, yeah, it's like one of the like they have really been shy most of the time about, um, yeah, let's put Eternatus in the party. Oh, it has Levitate. I mean, that makes sense, but Levitate is strong in a poison type. Hang on, let me give him a Shell Bell, or I'll give him the Sludge. Cross Poison, Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, Dynamax Cannon. I guess I should go see, but Dynamax Cannon and Flamethrower can probably get us through. Um, there are at least 3 different Lugias in the anime. Are there really? I didn't realize that. Um, Skippy says the birds are so common there are regional variants. Yeah, and I didn't know if there was an explanation for that. Um, other than like they're also like I just assume like mythical Pokemon are powerful enough that they can turn themselves into regional variants, right? They can be like, okay, when I'm here, I'm a fighting type instead of an electric type, right, or something like that. But yeah, sure. If there can be multiple mythicals, then I guess that's fine. What am I doing here? Oh, yeah. All right, let me see if I can get the cat in here real quick because she's been out there crying for a little while. Hopefully, you guys couldn't hear that. So give me a second. All right. I don't know if any of you have cats, um, or if you're, um, but I have a cat now. Up, actually, can you see her tail over here on this side? You see it? Oh, there she is. You can kind of see her. She's trying to get comfortable on the bed. Maybe I'll just next time I'll just make like a really tall pile of pillows and see if I can get her to stand there, and then like you guys will be able to see her like behind me. Maybe I'll try and do that next time. Um, I don't know if you guys have cats, but um, one thing that cats apparently do is like scold me, or at least this one does, right? Because she had been sitting out there just meowing like "Let me in, let me in, let me in," right? And then I finally let her in, and she's like, she like looks at me and she's like meow 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 meow, and then she walks in and she's like meow 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 meow. It's like, yeah, she's like scolding me. She's like, I've been out there for like hours and hours, just screaming, just waiting for you to help me, and you won't help me, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm recording. I'm trying not to. I'm just trying to do my thing here. Don't be mad at me, but she's mad at me. It's okay. It happens. Let's see. Um, Skippy says, comment in regards to mystical force of nature. Sure. Um, Skippy says, yeah, apparently an Entei is born every time a volcano and or mountain range forms, apparently. I did not know that. I thought all, like, mythics and legendaries were just completely unique things and that, like, Pokemon just has, like, bad continuity. Although it's possible that Pokemon just has bad continuity and they've come up with that to cover it up, right? To be like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. We have to come up with a reason why it does make sense. Uh, Everybody likes the cat. Harvey says, LMAO giving you an earful. Sorry, boss. Yeah, that's me. I'm like, I'm supposed to be in charge here. I'm the human. But no, she is not having any of that. So what are you gonna do? Yeah. Let me see. I did. I think you guys might have seen that I added a few more things. We're doing stream housekeeping now. Um, I added a an altar headwear um, thing that you can spend points on. There's obviously the usual ones of unlocking an emote or altering an emote or whatever. Um, Obviously, you guys are very on top of redeeming my stories about Kansas, so you guys know about that one. Um, the En Español one is either I'll try to say the same thing I just said but in Spanish, or we might talk about like interesting things about Spanish, especially because the majority of the people that follow me are English speakers. So it's interesting to compare the two languages and be like, in Spanish we say this, but in English we say something different, right? So here's one. I'll tell you an interesting thing about Spanish and English, in which I think it's more cultural and maybe it's more like American. Um, let me let me save the game, and then yeah, I never did a raid with Eternatus, but it's getting about time for me to finish up the stream. Let's play some music. And oh, there we go. What was I talking about? Something interesting about Spanish. Oh, um, oh, let's see here. Harvester says I should check out NPR voice sometime too. Yep, there's always the option for NPR voice. Skippy says, yeah, they really want to just think that because they have bad continuity. Apparently, every game is its own branch of the multiverse except for direct sequels, but everyone also has foreign legendaries show up. Technically, the region they came from probably still has the originals, and ones that showed up are different. Like in the Sinnoh games, you get roaming Latios/Latias. Apparently, those are just different ones than they have in Hoenn. Yeah, the like Pokemon is a collecting game, and it has a rich story, but also it's a collecting game, so they're not going to like stop you from collecting things because it doesn't make sense in the story. Like they're just gonna let you have that. Um, oh yeah, I was talking about differences between Spanish and English. So this might be more of like a cultural American thing, but it might not be. Like if somebody says in English, if you're talking to someone in English and somebody says, that smells, what does that make you? What do you think that thing will smell like, right? It's like almost certainly it smells bad, right? In at least in the United States, and I think also in like maybe Great Britain and Australia, but definitely in the US. When somebody says that smells, it means that smells bad. When I first moved to the US, I didn't realize that. So somebody would be like, that smells, and I would just keep staring at them like you're not finishing the sentence. It's like lots of things have a smell. What does it smell like? Does it smell bad? Does it smell good? Does it smell like flowers? What does it smell like, right? So I've noticed that, yeah, that every once in a while there will be a translation from something somebody said in Latin America, and it'll crack up Americans or United States people, because they'll say something like, it's a new day and it smells like hope, or it smells like the future, right? And it's like it cracks people up because unless modified, if something smells to English speakers, or at least to Americans, it smells bad. So people think it's really funny when somebody says like, it smells like freedom or whatever, which is something that people do say in Latin America. It's like poetic. It's not like people are always saying that. But in Latin America, in Spanish, smelling is neutral, right? Something can smell good, something can smell bad. You can smell something good, you can smell something bad. But there's this like natural thing, cultural thing in English, in the United States at least, where just because, like if something smells, the default is it smells bad. In fact, you wonder how smells like Teen Spirit would translate? Well, it's like, smells like Teen Spirit is kind of its own thing, right? So if you go through the song tells you how to feel about things. But in fact, you wouldn't say something like if somebody bakes some brownies, right? You might say that smells good, or it smells like brownies. But if you were talking about brownies and you were like, these brownies have a very particular smell, that sounds like it's bad, right? If you say these brownies have a particular smell, like without qualifying, right? Having a specific smell, a particular smell, doesn't mean it's bad. But there is that implication that it's bad. And in fact, a lot of the time when, especially on like commercials or the media, when something smells good, it's said to have a scent, right? And when something smells bad, it's said to have a smell. So like skunks have a smell, flowers have a scent. Even though you can say, you know, this is a scent. Like if you flip it, it sounds weird and funny, saying like, oh, this is like a skunk scent. Is like, unless you're a hunter or talking about like a dog recognizing the scent of a skunk, like it sounds weird. To, like it sounds like you're making a joke. Like, oh, the scent of skunk. You know, it's like it's like skunk is not what should come after scent. It should be like a flower or, you know, something that smells good. So it's interesting. It's, you know, the sort of things that being bilingual, a lot of the time you don't, like, sometimes you notice them because you're bilingual, sometimes you don't notice them, and you don't notice them until you like go back to your other language and you're like, when I say this exact same thing, it means something else, right? Or it doesn't convey what I wanted to say. Why is that? And then you realize that one language or another just, or you know, maybe both have like very specific connotations to particular words that when translated seem completely neutral or have like opposite connotations or just slightly different connotations, right? Skippy says, yeah, in English you usually have to have some kind of qualifier. This smells is different from this smells nice. Yeah, exactly, right? Aroma versus odor. Exactly. Aroma definitely is a positive thing. And if you say the aroma of skunk, like, it sounds funny. You're making a joke, right? So, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to see. And I don't know if that's the case in the UK. And I don't know if that's the case in Australia or New Zealand or any other places that speak English. So it's interesting, but it's interesting that that's definitely the case in the United States, right? Harvey says, that was indeed very interesting. Thank you for that. Yeah, no problem. You know, these are the sort of things you get. You come for the poison Pokemon. You stay for the interesting repartee about linguistics. Well, with that, I am going to wrap up the stream. I'd like to thank you for coming. I appreciate it that you guys have, you know, come in week after week and watch me very slowly trudge through this game while being frequently distracted by things. So I definitely appreciate it. Skippy says there really isn't a neutral word for sense in English. Even the word scent is slightly positive, bordering on scientific/clinical. Yeah, definitely, right? Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting that other things, like, you don't even say this tastes, right? It's like you have to qualify it. Taste is neutral. Like, you have to say this tastes bad, or this tastes sour, or this tastes sweet, or good, or whatever, right? It's like you need to qualify it, but not so with smell or scent or whatever. All of those different words have a connotation to them already. It's interesting. Very interesting. That's your homework. Think about what words are neutral in one language, are not neutral in another language. If you speak multiple languages, I know a lot of you do. And if you don't, then don't worry. We'll give you a makeup assignment some other time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will catch you guys soon. Stay tuned. We're coming back next week. Hopefully, like, probably finishing the game then next week. We'll see if I can get like an extended period. Maybe have a stream that goes a little longer if we can like push all the way to the ending of the game. We'll see. Yeah, but thanks guys. I will catch everybody later.